welcoming you all to the Womenpreneurs TV Network. I am extremely excited to have the awesome Shanita Evans here on the call with us, or actually on the call on our live interview here on the Womenpreneurs TV Network. I'm going to get Shanita to share a bit about herself. I can tell you, meeting her earlier last year, maybe mid last year, I've just grown to just really appreciate all the things that she truly has to offer, not just to you all, but to me. Shanita has gone through a rebrand, but to me, her brand is one that is just birthed out of who she really truly is. She was known in previous platforms as what do we call it? We appreciated you because every time I needed someone to rename my events, the name Genie. She was, but now she is going to tell you all a bit about who she is, what she decided to, or what she has decided to walk in more, and how she can really, truly, thoroughly help us as womenpreneurs be more empowered. So, Shanita, if you would, please go ahead and share a bit about who you are and why you do what you do.
All right. Well, my name is Shanita Evans, and I am a women's empowerment addict. I am truly addicted to helping women tap into their power, truly be who they desire or the potential for them to be, their ultimate person, so you may say. So yes, and I was the name Jeannie. I still am. She's still there. She's just taking a back seat to the woman's empowerment addict now.
Well, I'm excited for you because, you're walking in your greatness, to truly help women be more empowered. And I know we hear that all the time, Shanita. I love to empower women and, this and that. And I can recall you talking about how you really didn't want to necessarily walk in that or thought empowerment was like, huh? But because you do it so naturally, and at the same time, you blend it in with being a business strategist, and it just fits, Shanita.
Well, the funny thing about that is that you were right. I fought it tooth and nail for a minute. I was several things. I had an identity crisis. And that's what typically happens when you don't walk in your purpose. You will go through identity crisis. You will be trying to be this, that, and the other until it just you can't fight it any longer. And that's generally what happened. Everyone that I assisted or was helping, they was like, oh, wait a minute, you're good at this, but you really do this. And anytime I had the opportunity to assist a woman in actually seeing how great she is, it was just natural. I was just drawn to that. And so finally, after putting down my armor of fighting and everything, I finally stepped into being just that, the woman's empowerment addict.
Well, you've been doing this for over 17 years, so I'm excited about that alone for you, and that you are walking in the greatness that you are helping other women to do just the same. And so I know it's appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and let some others know that we are actually live here. And for those of you that are just now joining, my name is Danette Moss, business strategist and support catalyst. I am here today with the awesome Shanita Evans, woman's empowerment addict and business strategist over at, I love this business name, you all, Assist Her Dreams. She helps us. I'm the her. You're the you. She helps you all move forward and help you birth those dreams that sometimes, we kind of get a little stuck in some areas. And Shanita helps us to push past that and helps us with the manifestation of the dreams and the goals that we want to achieve. Now, she won't do it for you, but she'll help put some fire up under you to make it happen. And so since I have her here for this short amount of time, I want to go ahead. I'd like to get started and ask you just a tad bit of a question, Shanita. I know that some of us here are probably wondering, assist her dreams, empowerment coach. I mean, yet another person saying that they do these things. How can you best help a woman like myself, a wifepreneur, a divorced mompreneur, and a once single mompreneur move forward, in my passions, in my dreams? You know what I say that I do on a day-to-day basis, but Shanita, we get stuck
Yes.
sometimes, and sometimes it may be a fear factor. It can be a number of different things. Do you mind elaborating a bit on that?
Not at all. You're absolutely correct in regards to there may be a fear factor, and there are several types of fears. I want people to realize that there is the fear of failure, but I'm gonna get into that in just a minute. The fear of failure. There's also the fear of success, and then there's the fear of what I call the fear of being great. And a lot of us, especially African American business women, we fear that one the most, and we don't even realize that that's a major component of being great. So starting with the fear of failure. Fear of failure is like when you just don't think that if you fail, then it's all messed up and it's over with and done with. No, that's not true. If you fail, that is just not the option or the way at that moment. You keep going, you get back up, you dust yourself off, and you keep moving. With the fear of success, that is a mental thing where you're fearing becoming successful because your people may look at you differently, you may think differently, you may not feel like you deserve it, or things of that nature. And we got to right past that, because you do deserve it. You're worthy of these things. Success cannot elude you, or should not elude you, because it's there and available for everyone. And then the fear of being great. Absolutely great. Now we know we're good at some things. We get the pat on the back and we can accept those things. But when we step into our ultimate power, our ultimate gift, it can be a bit scary at first, because you're just not used to that grandeur of establishment where somebody is like, wow. And you have to be that somebody that accepts that wow. And if you're not a person that's as the center of attention or like all of that, that could be very, very scary. You'll do a good job, but you will never do a great job, because you're scared that people are going to find out that you're not as good as they say you are, or whatever it may be. And that's all BS. You are awesome. We were all created awesomely. I mean, we could do anything we put our minds to. However, we tend to allow society, some of our what I call mental monsters, to downplay just how great and wonderful we are.
Wow, mental monsters. I love the fact that you mentioned that, hence the monster that attacked us today. But it is.
Exactly.
It's all about allowing. It's the mindset, so
Yes.
let me back up a little bit on that, because in life, we will be presented with situations that can cause us to kind of, sway a little bit, maybe take a shift, or maybe even make the decision to decide to just stop and not fight. And we have to push forward. We have to fight, as women of color, just as women in general, we are faced with so much in life, and, things in life can come up that are completely out of our control. But just understanding how important it is to have the tenacity, to move forward and to push forward, and expect greatness. I believe comes first here from the mind. And then if we deal with what the heart of the matter is in those areas, we will find ourselves, kind of, knowing that, once you address the heart of the matter of issues, then it's okay. It's okay to move forward. It's okay to get the help that we need from someone such as yourself, at Assist Her, that can help us do what it is that we need help with doing. And that's, pulling out and what do you call it? Walking in our greatness.
Right. Marketing.
That's what we want to call that.
That's exactly, that is the vision of Assisted Dreams, to help you tap into that trapped, because most of the time it is trapped gift that you were given. A lot of women don't realize that they have this awesome superpower, I call it. It's a superpower because when you're in it, no one and nothing can bring you down. It's like amazing. It's truly amazing. It's a fulfilling thing. You light up every time you do it. It is truly amazing. And it can get trapped in titles and in stress of life or whatever. We put so much on ourselves, especially as women. We take on so much that we tend to forget to, first and foremost, breathe.
Yeah.
That's one thing. We got to learn to breathe. I mean, sister, something, let it go. Hello. Exhale. You know, that's one of my favorite movies. We got to learn to exhale. And with that, when you do that, that allows you to then grow into your greatness, truly grow into your greatness.
Now, you spoke about Waiting to Excel, because that's one of our favorite movies, and I'm sure so many of us know about it. But, Shanita, I could probably say that majority of the women that may be listening and watching this, they may say something like, that's easier said than done. We hear it all the time. What advice possibly can you give that woman who hears exactly what we're saying, but she's still fighting and she's still saying, I'm stuck. That's easier said than done. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do that. What empowering tips possibly, or what empowering steps can you offer her that she may need to move forward? And I got a feeling that I may think I know which direction you may come from, but I want you to share that or elaborate a bit on that.
Okay. I have a 5-step program that I basically do. First and foremost, you got to breathe. You got to breathe. You have to take a moment to really take in and be still. Mm-hmm. You have to learn to take deep breaths, hold it, and exhale it. That first and foremost alleviate a lot of stress and strain that you may be experiencing. And then challenge whatever it is. Most of the time, it's a lie. The mental monsters and things of that nature hit you up, and they'll tell you all sorts of things that is not true. Challenge it. Ask the question, is it true? And then once you've asked the question and found out whether it's true or not, 90% of the time it's not true. You can find evidence of when you succeeded past a similar situation. Wow. Then reaffirm it with those situations. Like if like, for me, I'll use myself as an example. When I was in college, the first time around, when I was in college, I got pregnant and I had my son, and I had to come out of school. And 20 years later, I went back to school and they said, okay, you got to start all over. And I was like, I can't do this. Are you kidding me? This is difficult. What am I going? How? And I just took a moment and was like, okay, if this is your will, then show me the way. And you know what? I enrolled in school. I ended up, I got through the entire thing and I graduated in 2015. It took some time. There were moments I had to take a break, but I did it because he showed me that when you was in school before you did great, what was the problem? You've done well on your jobs with, the education and the experiences are going to help you through these courses. So you got it. You got this. And we tend to forget that from time to time. Then the third thing I would say is that you have to surround yourself with like-minded women, men, people. You need a community that is going to keep you actively accountable. Now, we talk about accountability all the time. Tell somebody what you're doing. Okay, yeah, so you told them. But are they checking back with you and saying, hey, girl, I remember you said that you was doing this, that, and the other. Where you at with that? Most,
Accountability.
right. And it's active because if they kept check back with you, then you're like, ooh, I need to get that done. Or you do more than just saying, oh, I'm gonna do this or whatever have you. Because people will be looking for you to fail. They look
Mhm.
for you to fail. So you say, oh, I'm going on a diet, I'm gonna lose 30 pounds.
Mhm.
And that's all you say, they're gonna wait, they're gonna wait, they're gonna wait. But when you got that one sister that be like, yo, heard that you was going on I call it a weight release journey. I don't call it weight loss. Because
Love
when
it.
you lose things, you tend to find it again. So if you try not to find it no more, then release it and let it go. So
That's
getting
right.
back on point, getting back on point. If you have that sister that comes to you or that person that says, hey, I heard you're on a weight release journey. Um, how you doing? How did it go this week? How many times did you go to the gym? Did you make it to the gym? Would you come with me to the gym? But
Mhm.
you're more apt to be involved and invested in that person, and they know you know that they are invested in you, so you do more, you participate more, and so therefore you're more successful. You can't do it by yourself anyway. In anything that we do, we cannot do it all by ourselves.
That is so true. I appreciate you for mentioning that because accountability is key. Hence the reason over in one of my groups, the Get Your Sass On community, the first day of the week, every week, I start with accountability. And
Yeah.
I call it Accountability Monday for a reason. We as women, we just as a people, we need accountability structure, accountability partners to help us, with whatever it is that the goal that we want to achieve, whether it's in our life, whether it's in our business, whatever. And, for us that are in business, I always talk and I make the statement, there's no way that you can run your business without addressing your life. And in my opinion, you got to address that life first.
You do.
I
You do.
appreciate you for mentioning that. And then the follow up, when you hold yourself accountable to people and you position yourself in front of people that will remind you of what you said and of what you asked them to remind you of, that is key. That's
True.
key.
Very true. And you also have to write it down. You can't keep everything stored in your brain. Like I said earlier, we as women, we take on things left and right, backwards and forwards. We have a lot of things that we pile up on ourselves. And if you're putting it all in your brain and never writing it down, then eventually it's going to get filed away and you're going to forget it. That's just how life is. So when you write it down, it needs to be something simple and plain. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to be complicated it at all. As a matter of fact, it being plain and simple is the best way to do it because then
Mhm.
it's come easier. When you want to have this elaborate plan of how and do things, we tend to add so much stuff in there that it just overwhelms the whole process. So
Yes.
if you take it step by step, that's the way to success. One of the things that I talk about with some of my clients is that especially like when they're on a weight release journey, that don't try to do everything at one time. But that's when you're cutting calories, you're changing
Mhm.
what you're eating, and you're trying to drink all this water. You're doing everything at one time. It doesn't work. That's why diets don't work. Because if you change drastically and your body is like, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? Hello, we were just great yesterday, and now all of a sudden you want to do a flip mode squat on me? No.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what you do is take it one step at a time. Drink more water. Do that for 7 days. And then
Mhm.
once you've accomplished that, then add something on. Do a step by step so that you gradually get to being successful at what you want.
I'm excited that you would mention that because it is all about process.
It is.
And we don't understand how important process is in our lives.
No.
Everything we go through. I mean, think about it. When you were growing up and you studied for school and you went to the next grade, all of that was process. We graduated from high school, we went on to college. Every bit of that is still a form of process. And then heck, the process of interviewing for jobs, the
True.
process of building successful businesses. People don't understand You know, when we think back on your Oprah Winfrey's, and we think about on your Ellens, when we think about your Bill Gates, when we think about all those people, all of that was a process. It didn't happen overnight. Although sometimes we get stuck in a rut, we listen to all these different people, you know, the gurus. And yes, I do enjoy listening and looking at some of them. But the one thing that I remember that kind of stands out from what you were just saying here, you know, there's stepping stones that we have to take, Shanita. You know, and you know that whole crawl before you walk, you know, syndrome that you just, you know, process that you just kind of went through is so
Yeah.
vitally important, because if you try to do it all at one time, the sense of overwhelm quickly sets in, and then we can't go anywhere. You can't move far, because now you operate more in defeat. You know, and who wants to operate in defeat? You know,
No,
we don't need,
no.
you know, and
we don't we don't need that. And
no, because then those goals and those dreams that I believe my Heavenly Father put and birthed in myself and in whomever you are, those dreams and goals that were birthed in you, you know, He placed them in your mind and in your heart. Now you just have to walk through the process. Sometimes people are fortunate enough, Shanita, and I know you agree with this, that those things happen just like that, fast. You know,
yes.
I don't even want to call it luck, you know, because I hate using that terminology, but sometimes it is just their time. And unfortunately, we don't know what they had to go through to get to where they are. They may have never shared it. And some people have it. Like I said, they go and they say they're going to do something. They talk to just the right person and things take off. But others, in most cases, they have to do the crawl before you walk. They have to put the processes in place. They have to go through it, you know, and watch it manifest itself. You know.
They have to get into alignment. I call it alignment. When those people that you say, you like you say, you don't, I don't believe in luck either. I just believe they finally got in line with what God has planned for them. He knows the plans that he has for you. And when you start walking in alignment with what he says, then things will speed up and go really, really fast. When you're not in alignment, or you're just slightly misaligned, you're gonna have to go through the process a little bit longer, because you have to get completely aligned with what it is that he has for you in order for you to be able to fully bloom into the magnificent person that you were created to be.
What I love is get in alignment so you can walk in the greatness.
Yes.
I
Oh,
love
yes.
that. And this is why I loved our topic here today in the group. You know, the fact that we are addressing key elements, you know, here in the Womenpreneurs TV network, you know, these things are real, you know, and so many people tend to shy away from, you know, dealing with subjects or topic matters that deal with empowering, you know, yourself, being an empowered woman. You know, all of those key things are just, they're real, you know, and we have to deal with that accordingly. You know, we have to get ready to line up to walk in the greatness. But we also have to understand that, you know, it takes time, you know, and you got to put in sweat equity.
Yes, you do. Yes, you will be tested. So you
Gotta
have
put
to
it
be
in.
ready to test. You got to be ready to pass your test. And that, you know, that comes in everything, every area of your life, not just your business. But like you said earlier, you have to deal with that part of your life to be a part, to get to that part in your business. Because that is it. Your business and your life is, they're all mixed together. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people talk about the work-life balance.
Mm-hmm.
I say that that's not correct. I feel like there is work or business, however you want to say that,
Mm-hmm.
life and self. We have to take care of ourselves, because without you taking care of yourself, then your work and your life is going to fall apart. So that's true balance. That was a missing element in all of this balance, this work life, work life. If you work and quote unquote live and never take care of yourself, something is going to fall apart. That's why we feel like we get overwhelmed. We're like, what is going on? Why don't I have it all together? because you haven't taken care of yourself.
I love the fact that you said that. And so I have a missing element that I need to work on in my structure of business. I always talk about life. Oh, there's a bug bothering me. Pardon me, guys. I always talk about life and business, but we know that self-care does come first. But a lot of us generally don't, talk from that space. It's just like when you're on the airplane and before you go up in the air, the first thing they do is they go through the procedures of how you need to do this, and they tell you how the mask is going to drop down, and how first you got to handle and take care of you first before you can even help the person, may even be your child or someone sitting next to you. So they remind you of how important it is to deal with self first so that you can help the others. And a lot of times we don't go from that space. So I'm excited that you reminded of us of that. How can one walk in their empowered greatness? How can one push forward and experience the breakthrough that we need to break through in the situations that we deal with in life? Hence the reason why I also loved our topic title, Empowering Your Breakthrough, because it's about that, being empowered in a situation, walking in that greatness, understanding that you can find success in breaking through just that. But first, as you just mentioned, Shanita, that we must first start with self-care. Then once we do that self-care, then we go into those other elements, and it allows us to in the end walk in our greatness, walk in our purpose, so we can achieve those goals. I love it.
Yeah. Honey, we got to be there. You got to. We are kings and queens, and I'm descendant of a mighty king. And I always ask the question, where is there a poor, broke down queen or king?
Hadn't seen one.
I don't know of none. I don't know of any. So we got to stop being poor and broke down. We got to get in alignment so that we can be the great kings and queens that we are.
Well, I want to ask you, and I know that out of respect of time, I'm not going to keep you much longer, but I would love for you, Shanita, to share with her that woman in your Assist Her Dreams process of your business. Share with her how she could best work with you, any upcoming events, any projects, tell us about how we could connect with you so that we can pull out more of our greatness, and how you could best assist us at getting there, and where they could find you as well.
Okay, well, you can find me on Facebook. I have a page. It's the Sister Dreams page. You can also email me if you would like. My email address is assisther, which is spelled ASISTHER, assister@gmail.com. And you can you can do group or one-on-one consultations and consulting with me. And that's the way that you can get in contact with me and how you can work with me. You're going to, as we walk through this system, we're going to find out what it is that is so great and powerful about you, and then apply that to your business so that you can be great and powerful in your business as well. Just give you the strategies and structures that you need to be awesomely great in your business.
Well, I truly appreciate you for sharing this information with us. I appreciate your patience as we begin our broadcast here today. And you mentioned something, just a quick second, and I hope you don't mind me just kind of asking you one more thing here. You said something about group, how you deal with us in a group setting and all of that, and individuality, how we can come on and get that you provide services to us as individuals. But when you mentioned group, it made me think about the type of woman that you serve. Do you mind sharing that? Because it's so important for our viewers to understand, especially in business and in life. In life, we set up who we want to be in our sphere, who we want to be around us. So it would do me an injustice to you if I didn't ask you to share that woman, who it is that you're looking to work with in this setting here at Assist Her Dreams.
Okay, so the woman that I'm looking to work with is the woman that is, she's stuck
Mm,
and she doesn't quite understand where she's stuck at.
mm,
She knows that she got a gift, she has a calling, she has something that she's ready to share with the world to impact the world, but she doesn't know how to unwrap it
mm,
or to untrap it, to let it go, to release it. She's wondering, um, why why me? She's wondering, how who's gonna listen to me?
mm,
There are people who are waiting for your gift, and we just need to unwrap it, untrap it, release it, so that those women and men, there could be men, can get what they need, because you were created for that purpose. So I'm really looking for that woman who is, she's like, I know there's something for me
mm,
to do. There's something bigger than this. You always looking like it's something greater. There is.
mm.
And you just have to release it. You just have to release it, embrace it, and let it go so that you can make the impact that God has created for you to do on this world.
Well, I am excited that you've decided to stop by and jump in on this and have this awesome conversation with me over here on the Womenpreneurs TV Network. And for those of you women that are ready to empower your breakthrough, Miss Shanita Evans is the one that will help you do just that. She has shared how you can connect with her. Make sure that you do share this broadcast with other women and men, as she said, that are looking forward to achieving that goal of pushing past those mountains and empowering themselves and breaking through any barriers that may be keeping you stuck. Shanita is definitely one that will help you do that. And Shanita, I truly appreciate you for stopping by
I
the Womenpreneurs
do.
TV network here today and just sharing your story, one, and being transparent, and then also sharing, just how you can assist and help other women get past those barriers and move forward, one, with self-care, first and foremost, and thanks for reminding us of that. Number two, dealing with the life, and then moving forward in that business. Because if we don't think about order and process, we tend to have to continually start over again. So again, I appreciate you for that. And now for those of you that are wondering who I am Danette Moss, business strategist and support catalyst at Let's Talk Strategy, home of the SaaS Factor, where I am extremely excited about helping you, the womanpreneur, put systematic steps in place in their business. But first, we start with wrapping it around our life first, and then we move forward. These steps will help you to truly find success in your business and in your life. I appreciate you all for joining us here on the Womenpreneurs TV Network. I can be found as well over on my Facebook business page, Let's Talk Strategies. And you can connect with me over on LinkedIn, as well as in my awesome, fun, growing Facebook group, Get Your SaaS On. And SaaS stands for Strategic Action Signature Systems in Business. I work you all out over there. And if you want to move forward and you're serious about doing what it is you want to do in your business and in your life, feel free to join us. For now, make it a great day. And again, thank you once again to the awesome Miss Shanita Evans of Assist Her Dreams. I'm looking forward to connecting more with you, Shanita. And you all have a wonderful rest of day. Take care now.
Be blessed.
All right,
Take care.
bye-bye.